Oh, that helps so much. The barricades do help, though. Welcome back, Noodles. It's time for the next episode. So in the last one, we took over Hanover. And now we've got to deal with all of the repairs. I don't know why. Sometimes the smoke shows, sometimes it doesn't. Either way, we're going to have to go through and do a bunch of repairs to everywhere. Let's take a look here first. And let's get this going. Please remember, hit that like button, subscribe. Let me know how you guys feel about the series, and let me know if you guys have any suggestions, tips, or tricks for how this should go, or what I should maybe focus on, that kind of thing. So we're going to spend this turn just building up. And let's see, we're going to go ahead and build the roads there. Now, one thing we're going to look at doing also, like I was saying in the last episode, is getting Coraline built up a little bit. We're going to start recruiting more troops here and keeping these guys as protected as possible. We have our quote-unquote minor elite units of dragoons just to help out. We do not have anybody sitting here in Riga, which is fine for now. We don't really need the troops there. If we do lose them, we'll get them back shortly. But the big thing is to hold Coraline, because Coraline itself can turn into another nation and it potentially mess us up. So the other thing that I need to remember is to build the shipyard. So just kind of going ahead and getting into it. We got a bunch of one-stack armies over here with the Russians, which would be funny if we just went out with our troops and took them out. But I'm not going to do that because I don't want to leave St. Petersburg unprotected, especially when we have this little Polish stack which could come in and mess them up, because the Firelock citizenry, the mob that pretty much garrison the place, that's what I'm thinking of, garrison it, aren't really all that good. Now that we've taken over Hanover, the next thing to potentially do is to gather our troops together. I do believe here, yes, they've already got that. They don't. Okay. So Denmark, we're not going to worry about, but in Hanover, we're going to recruit more troops and a couple of these 12-pounders, and we're going to march them. Hopefully, if things go right over here, I'm going to put them in a boat and sail them to the Pirate Islands. And we're going to, if I can find it, there we are. We're going to start on leeward, and then we're going to make our way over to Trinidad Tobago. Now, one thing that did happen in one of my practice campaigns was the Netherlands got taken out. Now, when a country gets taken out, any of their provinces either become independent. So like if Britain gets killed, this will become America. Or if Spain gets killed, this will become Mexico and all that. So kind of the same things. But what I learned with the Dutch is their areas become pirate town. Pirate and rebel. So we want to not have that happen. So we're going to look at possibly quelling that and hoping that the Netherlands don't get taken over, but they might. Because I think the Netherlands, wow, that's a lot of cannons. The Netherlands are at war with Spain, I think. Yeah, Wittenberg, Spain, yep, Prussia. So they're at war with a lot of people, which is not good. Now that we can, though, let's try and see if we can get some trade with them, though. All right, good trade agreement. And then we're going to also try to get some trade with Prussia. Perfect. What we want to start doing is building up a rapport with some of these areas. Because if we can do that... Ooh, they want a military alliance. I guess we could, but I don't really want a military alliance with them. I just want a trade agreement. Here, let's do this. And we'll do military access for 10 turns and 10 turns. I don't want alliance with you guys. Here, I'll just give it to you. Whatever. You can have military access for 10 turns. Hopefully that doesn't mean that they come and like mess me up though. Because that would suck. Alright, so we're rebuilding these areas. The next thing is to rebuild Odense so we get our school back. We almost got this done. We got one more turn for Uppsala to get done with the researching of the military syllabus. And then we can upgrade our barracks, mainly in Sweden. I want to we're going to do it in St. Petersburg as well. So we're going to start working on revamping this area up as well and getting them built up. So that's kind of the goal. All right, let's go ahead and march it into the next turn. All right. So something you didn't see there, the pirates are making their rounds over in the trade areas. So that's no bueno for us. So we're gonna have to check that out. So right now, I'm gonna keep Uppsala on the grenade research because that's gonna allow us to get explosive shells, which is something we're gonna definitely want for our mortars. So once we get our military tech, we're gonna keep Uppsala on that. And one thing I need to check as well that I wasn't thinking about. Okay, we don't have any other gentlemen at the moment, which is fine. All right. So what we want to do now, Riga has been besieged, which I knew was going to happen. We could fight them. I'm sure we could fight them with this army, but I don't know exactly how well that would go. So I might do it anyway, just because I don't want them getting any more. We're going to go ahead and start recruiting another cannon though on this side. And like I said, we're going to go through. We're going to go ahead and get the drill school going here. We've already got that going. I want to go through and make sure all the roads are upgraded to cobblestone at least real quick. So we're going to do that. And that. And that should be good enough to hold them off. We do have this stack of Russian troops coming in. This is not something that's going to be fun for us to fight, but I think we have enough troops to hold them off. To be honest, I don't know. I'm going to keep the 20. I kind of want to get rid of them just so we can lose some upkeep, but I think we'll be fine for the moment. All right, so I think I am going to take this army and go and fight them. The other thing that I want to do is get these guys as trained up as possible. They are working on the happiness, which is good. Construction wise, we don't have to do anything to Hanover. It is already at the maximum, which is good. So what we're gonna do then is take over. Let's see, we're going to get all of these guys together except for the dragoons. We're gonna leave the dragoons here. But we're going to take all of these guys. Oh, wait. No, we're not. Am I? No. We're going to get rid of the demi-cannon. We don't need it. And what we're going to do is we're going to, next turn, start recruiting the two of these guys. And then my goal is to have 4 of them, possibly, and put it into this army. And then we're going to revamp this army up and get them on a boat, and we're going to sail them off to the Americas. We're going to start taking out some land. We got our Admiralty built in Sweden. Improved grenades is being worked on now. Württemberg has been destroyed. Okay, cool. We got a good ancillary there. All right. So, let's get on into it here. We're going to go and defend our boys and Riga, because I really don't want to lose any more territory. We do have our taxes. Once again, the nobility is quite high, which being a absolute monarchy does help being able to do that. And the lower classes are low, so we can get our growth on. We have started to redo or reinvest our money into the homeland, and that's where we need to do for success. I'm going to try my hardest, though, to not lose Corlin and Riga in this playthrough. Just based on my practice campaigns, I always tend to lose them. We're going to try and prevent that. So even if it's with cheap units, we're going to try our hardest. The next thing, we definitely need to get the roads done here. But I don't want to invest too much in this area if we're going to just lose it. I'd rather invest our money into St. Petersburg and Sweden, Norway, Denmark, and we don't have to do anything in Hanover, so that already works. Aha! Anyway, I will meet you on the battlefield. Alright, welcome to the battle here. So we have got our reinforcements coming in the rear here, or kind of rear. So they're going to be coming from over here. It's just the citizenry though, so I'm not really like worried on gathering them at the moment. But we do want to make sure we at least get them as close to the main army line as we can. I do have it set up once again the same way like we did in the last one, where we have this giant line going. Since we can't do any 3 stacks right now, it doesn't matter or it doesn't work. We have our cannon here in the middle, so we can use that to kind of shoot upon these guys. It looks like their cannons are coming through. I'm going to try and see if I can get this Dragoon up this way. If I can get their cannon out, that might actually lead us good. Or lead us to victory, I would say. Not good. But you know what I mean. We're going to grab these guys and just get them walking this way. I don't need them running. But I'm going to see if I can get this cannon before it gets set up. Or at least run into it to where I hurt these guys. Now granted, I might not actually run into it with the horses. I might just dismount, get them to run in and fire on them a couple times. But we'll see what happens. If I get them in the trees though, that's my thing. If I get them in the trees, they'll be hidden technically. So maybe, just maybe it'll work. Alright, we're going to start round shot, and I'm actually going to start firing this way. I don't know if it'll hit, though, because it is kind of far. Yeah, it ain't going to hit. But we can at least get them on the attack for the most part. I want to see what happens, though, because it looks like these guys are moving. And I got my sneaky dragoons over here just sitting and waiting. We're going to see what happens. Alright, so they are hiding. They're hidden, at least. We're just going to see what they're going to do before potentially either moving in or whatnot. Again, it would be cool if we could actually hit them. But it doesn't look like we're going to be able to. Are they dismounting? What are they doing? I don't want to do a full charge, because if I do a full charge, there's these pikemen here. And again, that's going to suck if we get hit by them, you know? And then we have the general bodyguard here as well. They could easily run in and get us. But they're not going to do anything until we actually do something. So you know what? I'm going to bring them to the back here. Maybe I can dismount them and get them to run in, and that would actually help out. So with moving them in, we can now see that the army is kind of maneuvering towards them to protect the cannons. And as we can see too, the pikemen, they're getting their pikes ready for a pike wall. But, yeah, I'm not too keen on what they're exactly thinking. I'm going to speed it up a little bit. I just want to see what happens if we speed it up. They've set their cannons up. But again, we're not actually moving or doing anything. So what we're going to do, I'm going to group the entire line together. I'm going to get them to march in, because what we're going to do is move the line up. Alright, so I've got them moving forward. I'm going to speed it up so we can get them in. Hopefully this works. If this doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But we're going to try. Now it's raining. Something it seems like they're doing, because I don't think this is in any of the other Total Wars. Maybe it is and I just never noticed it. But I know in Pharaoh they're coming out with dynamic weathering. So, oh, one thing I want to say too. I'm not going to be able to make content on Pharaoh like I thought I would. Money's tight, and yeah, things didn't work out exactly like I thought they would. So that's fine. I'm just going to continue to do the campaigns here, of course. And then I just want you guys to know that I am going to be doing content of other kinds of games as well. So if you're into that and want to look forward to it, I appreciate you so much, and check it out, you know? Anyway, back to the total warness of everything. So we've got everybody marching in. Everybody's kind of chilling. They're shooting their cannons at us right now. I've got to hope that they don't muck my cannons up, though, by doing what they're doing. I kind of want to I'm going to bring my dragoons over here and see if I can get them maybe on a back charge. I don't like using the dragoons as cavalry because they're not very good cavalry. They're okay, but they're not, that's not their job. Their job is to get in quick and be pretty much skirmishers. So, oh no! We lost a cannon. So that sucks. But that's okay. I'll be able to, we'll recoup. Alright, we're going to get our cannon out, and then hopefully we can start firing on them as well. We got auto fire off because I want to target this myself. Let's see if we can knock them down a peg. Maybe we can get a couple of their cannons. One thing with this game is artillery is definitely king. The more artillery you have, the better chance you have at actually winning a fight. In the early stages of the game, cavalry is kind of the king, because if you got good cavalry, nobody, like my guys have bayonets. Looks like these guys have bayonets now as well, so Poland's catching up. But in the early part of the game, nobody has bayonets, so everybody is susceptible to cavalry. So you could entirely make your armies out of cavalry and whoop some butt. That being said, later on it becomes more about infantry, and then after that, shortly after that, it becomes a good mix of infantry and cavalry, but mainly artillery. Artillery is king in this game. Always keep that in mind. I'm going to fast forward a bit here. I just want to see if I can get a couple good shots off, because it looks like I've not been able to do much. All right, we killed one of their horses at least. I think I'm going to use this opportunity. I'm going to use this opportunity to get the cavalry, or get my boys in. We're just going to start shooting them from the side. Run on in, boys. All right, we got the cannons down, and now we're going to have the actual fight. Right. So our boys are kind of just doing some pop shots right now, which is working out rather nicely. Or we might be able to take out some of these pikemen, which will be very helpful. I can't believe it. We only got one cannon left. That sucks. But now that they're moving in, we'll be able to attack them with the rest of the army here, so shouldn't be too bad. Try and get some shots as best I can, though. Let's see if I can move in a bit. I hate the pathfinding in this game sucks too. I'm not even gonna lie, because it's like, uh-oh. I just want to shoot at the general for a minute. If I can get a couple shots off on them, then I'll get them back onto their horses. But we want to definitely try and kill the general, you know? But the pathfinding in this game, you know, you click an area for them to move forward, right? But they don't really move forward. That's why I tend to use more my arrow keys when it comes to closing in on the enemy. It seems to work a lot better that way. All right, the bodyguard's about to go down. We're getting hit from our flank though, so that kind of sucks, but I think we'll be okay. I'm gonna move in the pikemen right there. I think that would be good. All right, so they're done. I'm gonna send them back to their horses. And these pikemen can mess your day up, so I'm not looking forward to it too much. Ooh, that was nice. Oh, my beautiful cannons. I just got them too. That's lame. All right, they're running. All right, we're gonna get them mounted. They're gonna take forever getting back to their horses, but it'll work. All right, we're gonna run in on these guys. We're gonna charge in with our militia. One thing I've learned too is that these pikemen, I usually disband them in the beginning of the game. That way save up on upkeep and all. I barely ever use them, but I've learned that you can use them as a good shock infantry. They have really high melee, so the only bad thing is they don't actually use their pikes in the actual melee. But we're gonna use our citizenry to kind of run in on them. They're taking their sweet time. I'm gonna use these guys, or dragoons, to run in on them as well. All right, so pikemen, we're gonna bring you guys behind the cannons for right now, and I'm gonna bring back you guys here, and hopefully we can take out these linemen. Ooh, that was a good shot. All right, these dragoons can jump off. We're going to move them in behind. And again, we're going to kind of, let's see. Let's bring them like this. It doesn't give them a whole lot of firepower doing it this way, but it will help out encircling them, because that's what we want to do right now. All right, now that we got them back, we're going to bring them forward. I'm going to bring them back over here. Ooh, that was a good shot. We may have only one cannon left, but it's working. We're going to take out these Polish guys before they're able to even take Riga, which will be very helpful for us. So now these guys are getting hurt, which is good. Oh, devastating volley. You'll love to see it. All right, we're going to send the dragoons back to their horses because I'm going to use them to take them out. We don't want them remaining. So unlike some of the other Total War games, mainly Medieval 2, I'm looking at you, where you don't want to go and kill the rest of the team or the rest of the enemy people because you'll get bad remarks. And this one, it seems like it's a good thing to do that. We're going to bring them up into the woods a little bit more, and we're going to mount you guys back up. All right, I'm going to bunch these guys together again. We've got the one cannon, so I'm going to hope I can get these guys without running into them. We're going to try and head them off. And we've got the whole line back up, our militiamen and our citizenry. Hopefully I can knock these guys out, because they're going for them. They see them, they're closest to them. They're going after them. But I'm not going to let them, because we're going to use these guys to run into them. Again, these are not normal cavalry, so I wouldn't use these guys as a light cavalry or anything like that, but we're using it now because that's all we got. They have horses, they have swords, they will go and wipe them out. Meanwhile, these guys are being silly. Hopefully they'll actually run into them, so we're going to fast forward a bit. Their numbers are dwindling, which is great. We're going to let the dragoons do the work there. And we're going to zip out of here with these guys because I don't want them going after them. Get them to come around. And I'm going to get them to shoot this way. Alright, now we can get the dragoons to come around the side here. And I'm going to use them as cavalry now, even though I just said don't do that, but sometimes we can do that, just to get in a charge or two. We don't want them firing at us, we want them focused on them, so... Meanwhile, the cannon is doing what it can. Alright, we're going to get the citizenry to back them up. We're going to send them in. And I'm going to get these dragoons and these dragoons. Friendly fire is a thing, so just keep that in mind. So you see, they're routing. Our boys are routing now. We're going to continue the battle. And now I'm going to run in and take them out. I'll see you back on the campaign map. That was nice. Lost a little more than I was wanting to, but that's okay. We kept our casualties relatively low. But, you know, 192, almost 200 soldiers to their 390. So we lost almost half of what they had. So... not too bad though. We still have a good garrison and all that. They're gonna go run away, and I'm gonna put them. Honestly, I'm gonna put them on the bridge here, and revamp what I can. We're just gonna keep the numbers as is, just in case another Polish troop decides to come out. We're down to 1 gold. We have all these Russian guys though, so that's something to look at and deal with here in the future. The other thing, like I said, once we can, we're going to start getting our army for the Americas ready. We don't need much. I will say this. You don't need much when it comes to going to the Americas because the pirates over there are not as many as you might think. So I think we'll be fine. The only thing I'm worried about right now is the pirates going into our area and killing our people there. Into our trade areas and killing our people there. So that's something we got to look at. So with that being said, we got done with the turn there. Let's go ahead and end it and move on to the next one. So it looks like Russia wants to fight us. So haha, this is going to be fun. They don't have that many troops. I mean, they have 872 to our 965. They have 1 artillery, though. We have 2, even though we can't move these, but these things still hit like hammers. They will be useful. So hopefully this battle goes all right. All right, welcome to the battlefield. So I've got our troops here. I'm going to be using our militia troop as kind of light skirmishers to keep guard on these guys. I'm just going to hang them back, turn off their fire at will so that they don't fire into the backs of our boys. We're going to let the main line do most of the damage. The good thing is that we were attacked. We actually got to put down some defensive stuff. So I've got some horse barricades here so that we don't have to worry about cavalry potentially rushing into our cannons. They still might do it, but you know, it's going to be frowned upon. I am going to go ahead and spread these guys out just a tad more. We do also have the infantry trench, sandbag trench I call it. This will allow bullets to not kill everybody in our line, so it does add some protection. And we can use that to fire off against them as well. We've got our 2 cannons here up on the mountains, pretty much. You don't... Typically how the game would want you to do it is to put your artillery in the back, but on an elevated level, right? So that it can shoot over your people and not harm them potentially. But I've found that that doesn't always work in my favor, nor in anyone else's favor. So in any of the Let's Plays and stuff that I kind of watch occasionally. So one thing I've learned is to incorporate it into your line. So you have like 1 line infantry here, a cannon in the middle, and then you have another. You can separate it by 2, 3, and then add another cannon. I've seen one where they do cannon, infantry. It'll go like this. I would say cannon, infantry, and you get more of a dead zone if you have more of the cannons like that because of canister shot. Because the more people that are coming towards you, you have your main line delivering that line of fire. Plus, if you have fire by rank, you're getting 3 barrages off, or 3 volleys off, which is always nice. Plus the giant shotgun of the cannons with canister shot, pretty much. So it works out. We also have our Hakapalita unit, which is our light horse unit on reserve here, and then we have our general here in the back. I'm keeping him behind the hill here so that he doesn't get hit by anything. And then we have our citizen cavalry, our citizen fire people, our citizen infantry, there you go, on reserve as well. So we've got all the linemen pretty much just holding off what they can and what they'll do for us. I have a little bit of linemen here. To be honest, I kind of want to keep them off to the side because I'm afraid, you know, my cannons might shoot them. But this will also give a bit more reach on the end here. It's the little 20 unit troop that I was going to delete, but I didn't delete them eventually. We do have, sadly, we still don't have square formation yet though, so going up against these cavalry units are going to be a bit of a bitch. Excuse my language, but you know, that's kind of how it's going to be. They're not full strength though, so that's the best part. The full strength they have is infantry. So all we have to do is hold off against their artillery and this regiment of horse. I don't really worry too much about the bodyguard, but you know, it could happen. I'm going to put them in a group so I can have them firing together. And we're going to go ahead and get them to launch a round shot volley into this horse at the general, and hopefully we can kill him. Booyah! Well, we got the general running scared, which is good. We're going to keep aiming at this hill here, just so we can knock out some of these guys. Because again, if we can get the infantry down good, or the horses at least, the infantry shouldn't be too much of a problem. Again, we'll see though. These cannons take forever to load, I swear. Alright, let's aim at this one then. Not too bad. That was a bit better. Ooh, there we go. But no damage. Oh, these horses. They've got infinite lives. Alright, we don't want to fire off too much, so we're going to kind of let them do their thing. We're going to start launching some round shot here in the middle. And hopefully hitting some of these troops. So, there we go. We got a couple there. And the closer they get, the more it's going to be with that canister shot. They're going to try and go around, it looks like, because it looks like that cavalry is coming about the back. So what we'll do is use our fire lock people to kind of intercept it. So we're going to put them kind of mounted like this, because the only way in is through here. So we're going to put them up, get them situated. This works a lot better. In one of my practice campaigns, they had way more horsemen in this fight. So I think I lucked out. Alright, we're going to start aiming this way. so we can start getting some of these guys. Not too worried about the Cossacks, but the Cossack infantry are actually pretty good. Which I find funny, but, you know. Especially if you come from Age of Empires like me. I want to see something. So they're starting to get close. We're going to start aiming this way. I'm going to bring these guys around because, again, I don't want them to get shot by the canister shot. So I'm going to bring them in to assist. Yeah. That should help out. And then we can use our canister shot to shoot down these guys. These guys are still not close yet, so I'm just going to kind of fire off in the center here. That's the other good thing, is these things do good against absorbing some of this cannon fire as well. All right, boys, here we go. Just gotta hope that we can get enough off that we can kill them pretty good. Come on, boys. Come on. Alright, I think we're good enough now. I'm actually going to fire off at these guys if possible. The center line. There's a bunch of them here in the center line, so I'm hoping I can get all of those guys. Alright, they're wavering, which is good. That unit is down. Oh shit, now we're getting hit by that. Here we go. Oh, this would be a good shot. Come on. They nullify the cannons. We're almost not screwed, but it's going to be an even tougher fight, so that's why I have these barriers here to help protect against that. Oh, yes. Come on. Come on. Oh, that helps so much. The barricades do help, though. Like I said, we're trying to get these guys here. Reorganize. Come on, boys. Got a lot going on here in the middle. Our cannons are down. Alright, so we're going to need our militia troops. We're going to bring them up. Hopefully not to fire in the backs of them, but I don't really rely on the cannons now because I feel like the cannons are pretty much dead. We're going to see what happens though. General Bodyguard is over there. Alright, we're going to turn this on. I need you guys to run. Can't have you guys being stationary like that. I don't double click sometimes because I feel like my mouse messes up occasionally. But, yeah. So the cannons are leaving because we're kind of shooting them in the back. That's fine. We will be able to hopefully fix this. That's why we have these guys on reserve. I'm going to go ahead and get the Hakopolita unit to come out here. And we're going to get them to do like a hammer and anvil technique, right? Come on, get behind the barrier, at least. Alright, what we're going to do is get these militia units behind. We don't want to go in melee with these guys because Russia does have an advantage when it comes to melee. So just keep that in mind. If you're fighting Russia, you don't want to go in melee with them because most of the time you'll lose. Are you guys even firing anymore? Like, come on. Kind of. Like, kind of, but not really. I feel like they're bugged. Alright, now that we got them on the run, we're going to start getting them with our cavalry units. General bodyguard. I'm going to get our general on the back over here because I'm going to use them. Actually, let's go ahead and run our militia boys into them. Meanwhile, the Hakopolita units, which are a light cavalry unit, so they're going to go really fast. They're going to go and knock out all the routing people that we can. That's their goal. Alright, so we're going to get our militia unit over here. I don't want to get, actually, I'm just going to have them bum rush it. Screw it. They're not listening and they're going super slow. Alright, they are done. Let's get them after those guys now. We're going to get these guys after this horse regiment. And now I'm just going to speed it up a bit because I want to see. Once we take that, they're going to surrender. But we're going to continue, and, you know, as normal, I'll meet you on the campaign map if that happens. Do got one light infantry unit here, though, so we're going to back them up. We're just going to knock these guys out as best as possible. We're going to bring these guys to the back of the line here. Turn off that fire at will because we're going to let them do their thing. They're gonna get tired before they even do anything with us. Works out for me though. I'm not gonna cry about it. I want to eliminate as many people as possible so that their army is reduced to nothing. That is the goal. Alright, so now that we got them pretty much done, I'm gonna get these guys lined up here, and we're gonna get the militia and the linemen. Again, I don't see them actually doing anything, but we can try and fire. But like I said, they just seem like they're not doing too much. Alright. I guess they are actually working except for these two. These two are working, this one's not. Alright, we're gonna continue, and I will meet you on the back on the campaign map. Well, not the greatest of losses. 316, but we did annihilate a lot of them. The only problem now is that we are gonna have to redo the army again and just re-recruit. It's a lot faster if you just combine everybody and then just re-recruit when you have the money for it, rather than just letting them sit and recoup over time, because unlike the other games, it's not super fast in this one. Alright, so before I go into this turn, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Hopefully I see you guys in the next episode. Stay tuned, and I will catch you in the next one. Toodaloo.